So in this video, I'll be working on a sketch to render feature that I usually use on my personal projects. I'll be using MNML AI. It's one of the best, well, to me, I think it's one of the best architectural rendering AI applications out there. This is the sketch. It's a simple sketch of a single-story residential house. Let's get started. So I think the first thing you need to do is to get to mnml.ai. Click access dashboard. This sort of takes you to like your dashboard that shows you the various projects that you've worked on. You would click create. Now, when you get onto the create tab, you have the option of clicking on studio. Studio is like a platform where you can do all the various renders, whether it's exterior, interior, master planning, floor plans. You can do everything in studio, but you can also go to specific tools. So for example, now what do you want to do? We want to work on this sketch here, right, to convert it to a render. Now you can just go here, sketch to image. Yeah, but I would like to work on the studio because it's a more refined workflow, putting everything under one umbrella. So let's see the studio, then click on new projects. So this is the interface for the studio platform on MNML AI. At the top right here, you can share with collaborators. If you're working with teams, here you can download images. Here you want to save images, save your project. Then here, once you start rendering, it saves your various renders in this section here. Then you can also rename your file. Now, this is where you put in your prompt. And if you want to edit specific renders, you can also change the seed. If you want like a random image, then you can also, this is where you upload your images. It supports JPEG, PNG, and WebP, and the maximum is 10 MB. I don't think it does PDF. I don't think so. So what I usually do, if I have a PDF file of like a sketch or something, I usually convert to a JPEG. Okay. So at the left is where you have the various settings here. So let's start. Let's upload the images, the sketch that we would work with. So that's this. Okay, so it's uploading. Okay, so it has uploaded. So now we want to sort of set up the settings here. So let's start from the first section, the engine. So let's work with 4.4 Ultra. So I'll just leave it there. It takes about 30 credits per render. So whenever you hit this render button, you should expect it to take 30 credits. Now, settings. You have exterior, interior, master plan, landscape, and the likes. So this is definitely an exterior of a building. So we would leave it on exterior. Render style. You have different render styles. I would select the various render styles so that we can sort of see how each of them sort of translates the sketch. So let's start here. Let's use photoreal. Photoreal sort of makes your render look realistic. CGI looks as if it's sort of computer generated. CAD looks like it's been generated by AutoCAD with AutoCAD graphics. Freehand sketch look like a sketch. Model is sort of look like an asymmetric model or thereabout. Then illustration is, imagine if you were to use something like CorelDRAW or Adobe to illustrate the building. Then watercolor looks like it's been painted with watercolor. So we'll try put it on photorealistic. Geometry. Now you have under geometry you have precise and creative. Now if you read on this, it says this controls how closely the output matches your input geometry. So flexible allows more creative freedom. Precise keeps the original structure intact. So let me explain this. If you leave it on precise, what will happen is that your render would look exactly or almost exactly like your sketch. So the lintel roofs, the windows, the overhangs, canopies, and the likes, it will retain it as it is. Now, if you put it on creative, you are giving AI the chance to tweak your original input and sort of create something or add something or omit something in the output. So that's what creative is. It's like you're giving control to the AI to sort of tweak your design. So right now I would leave it on precise, but we can try, I will try creative also. Now, camera angle. So we would stick with auto for precise and try something else later. So site context. Let's put it on nature for now. Go down, next is greenery. You can click none, some, or lush. Let's put it on lush. Then vehicles. We'll put few. People, let's put few. To street props. So let's put that on and just see what comes on. Motion. So let's leave it on subtle. Now, next is time and atmosphere. Let's put it on sort of like sunset, like evening. Okay, let's say dusk. Now, weather, put it on clear and see how it is. Now, ground, let's see wet and just sort of see how it is. Now, annotations, we'll leave it as off. So we finished with the left bar. So now let's go on to the prompt. I want to render image of this residential building. The building theme is somewhat monotone and is integrated with the natural environment. Okay. Let's say the building sort of has some greenery around it. Say, for example, at this front porch, you want to put like flower vases and the likes. So flower vases and flower pots at the entrance porch, which complements the surrounding environment. Yeah. The render should be of high quality. So that is it. So let's click render. Okay, so this is what we have. If you look by the right here, it has sort of saved that image. So you can click here, look at the sketch, then look at the render. So now let's try another setting. So let's go up and make some changes. Again, you want to leave it on exterior. Let's leave it on photoreal. But let's change the other things like urban. Let's change it to an urban setting. Also put this time, let's put some, not lush. Vehicles, let's put many vehicles. Street props on, rather than dusk, let's put day. Weather, let's put overcast. Ground, dry. Let's hit render and let's see how it sort of compares with our previous rendition. Okay, so this is a different render. I think it's translated our sketch pretty well. You can also go back to sort of compare both styles, and you can also sort of go back to the sketch to compare them. Okay, so I will just go back to the sketch right now and select CGI and sort of see how it looks like. Let's say CGI. Let's use suburban. We've done nature, we've done urban. Let's use suburban. Greenery. Let's say some vehicles, many people, few. On so time of day, let's use night. So this is night. Weather, let's make it rainy. Oh no, sorry, let's make it snowy, something sort of drastic. Let's say the building theme is somewhat monotone with a prominent burnt orange theme. Okay, so I'll just hit render and sort of see. Let's see how it interprets our prompts. Okay, so this is how it has interpreted our render. Again, something to take note of: the weather, we put snowy, so you can see some sort of snow elements around. options. So you can edit, make changes, complement your architectural style. Something that stood out for me is the introduction of a door here. So there might be some changes. For example, look here. The AI introduced an entrance here, but if you go to our render, there is nothing there. So all these applications, sometimes notice that they are susceptible to making errors. Okay, so I think that's it for this. What you can do, just let me know the kind of tools that you use to generate your own renders in your architectural workflow. Thank you.